Hi everybody, it's Miss Jennifer again, and it is STEAM lesson time. So we are going to be doing an artist trading card using some mathematical principles. And how do you like this one? So last month we did a checkerboard. We're going to take this same checkerboard idea and we are going to teach you about crossover lines to make this super cool design. This month we're working on with nothing but pencil. Easy peasy. So let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you who have been working with me, you know we need our 2.5 by 3.5 card. And this is called an artist trading card. We are going to divide it into a checkerboard. Now, if we look at this one, we see that there's 1, 2, 3 across and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So to do that, we could start here. Now, it's not exactly square. So we're not going to measure it. We're just going to eyeball it. So if I go here, I'm just going to do the halfway mark. And then halfway in between there. So this will be dividing it into fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's your math. All right, so now we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to divide it into thirds. So we have to be a little more savvy this time. We're just going to draw 2 lines. So I'm going to draw 1, 2. Okay, that's it. Now you see we have 12 squares inside our card. Now to make this, it seems really hard, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some rectangles now. So if you see, let's see if we can analyze. Analyze is a very important brain property. Here is one rectangle. So our rectangle is going to go from, let's just say the center of each of our outer ones. So if we put a dot here, 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 and here, then we can make this our rectangle. I'm going to try to draw a little bit dark. Usually you want to draw lightly when you're setting up your composition, but I want you guys to be able to see. So that is number 1. All right, now let's see. We have another one. Let's see, we got that one. And it looks like our next one is was it just one more? Let's see. Yeah, it's just one more. So we're going to draw one more rectangle, and we're going to do it inside of these 2. So watch this. 1. Boom. That is it. We are ready to begin. So what this is, the properties that we're talking about, it's either going to be solid or empty. And no 2 can touch each other. So you see here, this is solid, this is empty. The only way they touch is by the corners. So we just start coloring it in. All right. Now, for coloring in with your pencil, you do want to color it in all the way. So you go ahead and get started with your directional marks. And remember my little trick here where you can stop your pencil with your finger from going over your line. And of course you can go outside of the line off the page if you've got something underneath you. So a lot of times I'll say put paper down so you mess up your parents' furniture. As we all know, everyone's working at home right now. All right. Hard or easy? That was easy. Okay, so now we know this one has to be what? White. All right, so this one has to be white, and this one has to be white. So the next one we're going to color is this one that comes to the corner. So if it's right next to it, we got to color it, leave it white. And we look to the corners to tell us which one to do next. So this is pretty simple, but it's harder for some people to pick up on. But once you get it, you can get very complex. So we learned how to do the alternating squares with our complementary colors last month. All right, so this one's white, this one's white. So which one's this? Exactly, solid. Now, if you feel like it would be better for you, you could go ahead and mark, with an S, every one that you think will be solid. If you want to do this with a black pen, you can, but this month I had picked pencil for all of our project, so I'm just going to stick with my pencil, and you'll see that you can get a nice black, but the main thing is you have to get rid of all the white, and most people just don't seem to want to work that hard, but it's a little bit of work. But already you can see this is looking really cool. So this one's white, this one's white. So which one is this? Perfect, solid. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in solid. And you can work quickly when you're going up and down and just making sure that we get our edges. Now, that's something I wanted to tell you about is edges. Edges are where two things meet. So to make this look good, you want to have nice, sharp edges and have the points come to each other. So take a little more time than I am. So this one's white, so what color is this one? Perfect. We'll go ahead and color it in. And this is a good opportunity to work on your eye-hand coordination. Now, I've noticed with the after-school kids that I teach, they're not writing at all anymore. They're only doing computer. Everything is with a mouse. So we really need to keep our ability to work with our hands intact, because that's a very important skill. That's really what sets us apart from all other creatures. Okay, what do you think? All right, so which one is going to be the next? Solid. That's right. Now you see I'm using this pencil up pretty quickly. So I might have to grab another one, or I'll sharpen this one here soon. What you don't want to do when you're drawing with pencil, and color pencil in particular, is to get it to where the wood is scratching your paper. Because once you scratch that paper, it's called incising a line, and you can never get that out again, and you'll never be able to draw inside of it. So we don't want that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a different pencil. Oh, no, this one's good. I always have a bunch of supplies sitting by me at all times. Now notice here I am not scribbling. I'm going one direction primarily, and then I come back in the other direction to fill the space. Now theoretically you could just scribble inside of there, but this is a much more efficient means of getting it all colored in. Now notice, I'm trying to work my way from this side down, because if I go over this like this, it's going to smear. And that's one thing you learn when working with pencil. You don't want to smear it, and it will smear, trust me. So if you're left-handed, you would work this way, okay? If you're right-handed, you work this way. So that way you're not on top of your drawing. And that's a good drawing tip for all of you. Oops, I messed up. I was talking, not paying attention. So don't do what I did and mess up. Okay, this one is next. Now, as soon as you go and you see, uh-oh, I'm right next to something dark, then you know that you have made an error and you need to stop, erase, and go back. It's okay. Here I will go back and erase that better in just a minute. And notice how I try to leave those points pointy, so that they don't overlap. In other words, you don't want the you want the points to be like this, so that the white is like that. You don't want them to be like this, so that they overlap. Okay? So that's the more precision you can do it. And remember, this is our STEAM lesson. It's more about precision and math, and than it is about, you know, trying to draw something exactly. But it is quite lovely. This is pretty much an art form called non-objective art. It's not a picture of anything. And this is sort of an example of op art. We can get into op art a little more in the future, I hope. We'll see. It can get a little bit complicated, but it is pretty fun. Because the results trick your mind, and that's always fun to do, because if you can make something like that, everyone will be Really surprised and delighted by your work. All right, now I'm going to sharpen up this edge right here and make sure my points come together. There we go. Better. Okay. Now, so even when you make a mistake, you can fix it. In a perfect world, you can go back in with a white Conte, which is a type of chalky charcoal type stick, and you could go in there and whiten up those. But I think we're okay. And I broke my rule because I didn't do this one first, but that's okay. Even here, I'm making careful effort not to smear as I'm putting my fingers on my page to hold it down. All right. Isn't that so cool? So just remember, you make your and it looks like maybe I left one out of this, but that's okay. You can do it however you want. Once you set up your checkerboard, and then you can draw rectangles inside of it. You can also do circles, and I think I have a cool, I thought I had a cool heart one sitting around here somewhere, but I don't know what it is. I was going to show you with the op art. Well, I'll have to show you that to you next time. Anyway, give it a try with your crossover line. And you can do this also with drawing designs in there any way you like. Once you set up your checkerboard and you color every other one. I hope you enjoyed our STEAM lesson today and have a great afternoon. Bye. See you next time.